You're going to be helping our listeners, those that may be in the sandwich generation, that they're spending all their life taking care of other people, but they're not necessarily nurturing themselves. You're going to give us tools on how to come into your own again.
Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we are here with the Vivatude team. And for those of you that are listening to that word, it's very easy. Just Vivatude, and go put that in your search box on YouTube, and you will find and meet each and every one of these amazing women who are hosting basically your revolution emerging from within. We're talking about healing, reviving everything in your life to uplift you, and especially for women over 40. And I'm going to introduce each one of our team members a little bit more. And I'm going to start out with you, Tracy, since our listeners already know you. They've seen you or on YouTube as well with interviews. So you talked a little bit in our intro about you being a yo-yo dieter. You've been through a lot but you're also a published author.
That's correct. I did not mention that. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how, what are our listeners going to learn from your show?
Oh my goodness. So one of the main aspects I want to bring to the show are very aspects that you can and techniques you can put into place. Very simply, you choose what's most important, and I help you figure out how to implement. So with me being part of the physical environmental wellness aspect, we're going to bring in, I've already got some great guests lined up. I've got an amazing organizer, and who's helped me immensely organize my space, because I don't
for environmental wellness, correct?
Environmental wellness, organize my space, make it so that I can breathe in my own space. And then I have other guests that are going to be about precise, wonderful tidbits about, what are the things you could do? Oh, maybe drink water. How much water you drink?
Nutrition.
So, but we're going to try to figure out how your body can live with vitality.
Well, and here's the thing. I think a lot of us think we want to eat better. We want to be more physical, but we don't necessarily know how to start. And I think one of the things that you're going to be helping with is a whole series of ways in which you can inspire us to make these changes and to move forward. And I think that's the thing that's really important. So I'm going to go over to Arora, and Anu, you are our social and intellectual wellness coach and host. Anu, tell us a little bit about what our listeners are going to get to experience with you.
Thank you, Suzanne. And as I think of my role here and what I have been doing in the last 10 years, there's just such a perfect match. I work with teams and organizations and individuals on how do you address the epidemics of our current times. And one of them is loneliness.
Yeah.
You know that we are lonelier than ever before. And human beings are meant to be social animals. We are called social animals. And yet, we've just turned on to our devices, and we somehow have imagined that those devices are going to bring us connections. And as a result, there's more mental illness than ever before. And what I want to bring is the understanding, and I have such a huge network of relationship coaches and experts in this area, but just starting with why is it important for us to go back to this basic need of belonging, of being together. And then from there, finding ways, how do we connect in this isolated world, scary world? How do you create that psychological safety? How do we build trust in times when we are more divided than ever
Hmm.
as a
Yeah.
nation, as a society. And that is one of the big areas of focus for
You
me.
know, Anu, and what we're talking about a lot is with family caregivers. Family caregivers can be so lonely. And when you're talking about the loneliness card, I remember days on end, the only person I ever saw was my mother, and I had no more social life anymore. And you know, one of the things that I pulled within myself just to survive. And I think I see that happening a lot. And so we're going to be, obviously, you're going to be helping our listeners, those that may be in the sandwich generation, that they're spending all their life taking care of other people, but they're not necessarily nurturing themselves. You're going to give us tools on how to come into your own again. And I think also exploring your potential of career, how to, leadership skills, things like that. I know that you're amazing with things like that.
Exactly. You said this better.
Yes. And you know, Tracy and Anu, one of the things that I'm really excited about is there's a lot of potential for collaboration with our host team. And I think one of the things that we're going to find in the future as we meet up with guests, that you'll maybe have a guest. Tracy might have a guest on that's talking about, physical wellness or, in some way, but there's this intellectual or social piece with it. Vice versa. Like we talk about a lot with like Alzheimer's and dementia. There's a physical condition, but it affects the ability to communicate. And so there's this dynamic that goes on that you guys kind of have the opportunity to handshake and to understand a little bit more about how that comes together. Tracy, you've already had some opportunities to kind of network with our hosts.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's going to be phenomenal for we're all whole beings. So we've
Hmm.
been educated though as compartments. Brain
Hmm.
is part of us. So, an arm is over here, our heart's over here, our gut reactions over there, but we're all this part of a system. So as soon as our body, if we can start thinking that way,
Hmm. Yeah.
finances are part of our system.
And I think too, when we're talking about these 8 principles of wellness, which is defined by the University of Colorado, I think one of the things that's really powerful about the 8 foundational principles of wellness is that they have defined 8 areas. But do we as human beings, and this is my rhetorical question, really understand what they are and how they apply to each one of us? That we may feel that we're full in our lives with everything, but there might be a whole area of our life that we're really not connecting to. And this is some things I think that are very important that we explore together on this channel. And the other little piece that I really want to let our listeners know is we're making it very easy for you to find each host when you go to YouTube. So they're going to all be color coded in our color schemes. And so, Tracy, you are our orange host. So all of the thumbnails on our YouTube channel are going to be orange. So you can find anything on physical and environmental wellness with an orange background, and a new you with your social and intellectual wellness will be bright fuchsia. So all of your interviews and your content on the Vivatude channel will be in those 2 colors. And so everyone, I'm going to be back. I'm going to introduce you to Lauren Archer in our next segment right after this. And thanks for listening. 4 hosts, 1 each week. We help you revivitude your next chapter because purpose, passion, and prosperity isn't out there. They're already within you. Brighter, bolder, truer. Vivatude.